Hello, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Henry Ford College Board of Trustees meeting for September 19th, 2022. May I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Barry?
Here.
Trustee D'Ambrosio?
Here.
Trustee Moses?
Here.
Trustee Petchikoff?
Here.
Trustee Thorpe?
Here.
Trustee Watts here. Chair McDonald?
Here. Next item, please.
Approval of minutes. Approval of minutes for the following Board of Trustees meeting. Regular Board of Trustees meeting, August 8th, 2022. Board of Trustees President Evaluation Committee meeting, August 16th, 2022. Recommended action, make any necessary corrections, and move to approve these minutes.
Are there any corrections?
So moved. I move it, so moved.
Second it.
We have a
Support.
motion by Trustee Petchikoff and a second by Trustee D'Ambrosio. Are there any corrections? Nope, I don't see any. Seeing none, may I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Barry?
Yes.
Trustee D'Ambrosio?
Yes.
Trustee Moses?
Yes.
Trustee Petchikoff?
Yes.
Trustee Thorpe?
Yes.
Trustee Watts? Yes. Chair McDonald?
Yes. And before we continue, I just want to take a moment and, on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the entire college community, wish President Cavalluna a happy birthday. And we just have a little something for you. Now, this is for you. I, for one, know what it's like to spend my birthday at a meeting, so.
Myself included.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
sure
we all probably
several
have.
of us. So I am hopefully, without delay, we will go forward with the meeting, and then you can take that home and enjoy it in the
Or
rest of
eat
the
it in your
evening
car so that you don't have to share.
with your family. So hopefully we'll move along and you'll get out without too much delay. So next item, please.
President's items.
Thank you, Madam Secretary and Madam Chair and trustees. Thank you very much. That's a very kind gesture. It's good to be 29 years old today. Despite the gray hairs on my head, I really am only 29. I will be quick for the reasons that the chair has just explained. And it's going to be hard for me because the things that I'm going to talk about are really exciting. So I'll either talk fast or just stick with the high points. But the thing I'm so excited about is if you haven't been around lately, I encourage you to come back to campus because it is exciting on campus right now. I have been on campus now, I have been back with students on campus now, it feels like, for longer than I can remember. And it is really invigorating for the staff and the faculty, and I would encourage you trustees to join me. If you do have time and have interest, please come. Pick a date on the calendar and come join me moving around the campus because as you've seen with the data that we've shared with you now, half of our students in the courses we have here are now back on campus, and while we still are serving and happy to have many of our students, at least half of them, in an online or distance format, having half of our students back on campus is something I couldn't have said in the last 2.5 years. And when you see these students, one of whom you're going to interact with here in just a moment, you remember why we're so passionate about this. And it will also give you an opportunity to see that we are better as a community when we do have the option for those of us who feel safe and feel ready to be back. That's something that I'm trying and I'm enjoying coming back to. And one of the ways we've started to do that was something we started during the pandemic that couldn't happen in person. That was called First Fridays. And we had our first Friday that was not all virtual in this month. And I have to tell you that I feel badly for my teammates, particularly Rhonda DeLong and Kathy Demetriou, because they were pretty sure this would be a big flop. Because I told folks, if you come to First Fridays, we're going to do a jog for 15 minutes. And some of my teammates were like, "Bleh."
Wait, you said a jog?
A jog. We did, and Trustee Petchikoff, listen, because you're coming next month.
I'm not jogging. Just like I don't sing.
But because I do so value my teammates' input, and I could tell that they were right. We did a 15-minute jog with our own Dr. Perry, who's the chair of the Senate. Faculty Senate, and an excellent runner. And he and I both decided we would go very slow, which was the case. But if anyone from our community didn't want to do a jog, we did a 15-minute walk. So we did, and I'm going to go into great detail here because I want to encourage you all to join us because it was fantastic. We started right between this building and the new science building, during the first Friday at 9:30, and we did a very slow jog around campus, and then we came back to the same place and started a walk. And I'll tell you, trustees, I had to admit, with Ms. DeLong and Ms. Dimitriou's input, I was a little worried we may just have 3 people. And you know, there weren't thousands, but there were more than 3. And as we walked around the campus, and then there was a Trustee Watts joined us. Students saw us, and students were out on campus. They could see, especially during the walk, what's going on. And Rhonda and Chair Perry and I, and even Trustee Watts started saying, "Hey, come join us." And students did. We had, you know, it was probably 10 or 15, maybe 20 students who joined us. But for those that didn't want to either jog or walk, we then came into this building and had the first time for First Fridays in an auditorium where people could space if they wanted. We also tried to bribe them with fruit or juice or water. And we had a good First Friday for what you all might remember, just an open town hall. And I just want to tell you, trustees, please tell students that you know, tell each other, tell your community members, come out to, we even had some folks who weren't even enrolled show up. Please come out, be part of the campus. We're going to do this again in October. Unfortunately, the scheduling doesn't work for the actual first Friday of October, so it'll be the second Friday, 3rd? I thought it was the 14th. 3rd, okay. So I will advertise it, but please come join us. And if I can convince Kathy and Rhonda to let me do it, I may try to do this all throughout the year, as long as it's not inclement weather. But in any event, please do consider coming to be part of us as a community. I recognize that it might seem a little bit like a stretch, but if you come here, I think you'll find what I have found, that there's a really wonderful community ready to come back together here on campus, and it's just uplifting. And for those of you who are with us, you saw students who really did leave you on that Friday feeling invigorated about the mission we have here. In fact, one little anecdote, there was a student who showed up. He's an immigrant from Yemen. And he ran with us, then he walked with us, and then after a while in the open session, he raised his hand and asked a question and said, "You know, I'm learning English. I don't feel very confident in my English skills, but I want to ask a question about this and about that." And this young man was inspiring. His English was way better than anything that I would think for someone who described himself as just learning English. But the courage that he displayed by coming out, being part of the community, then speaking in a second language in front of a bunch of people he just met. In fact, Mr. Dimitri, I saw him in the hallway today, and he hollered at me. He said, "I didn't know you were going to be here today." And he had a big, bright blue Henry Ford shirt that we gave him at that event. So please do consider, if this isn't your event, pick another event, but this is a great one. Some other events that you might have interest in, trustees, we're right in the middle of Welcome Back Days. We had some events yesterday. Tomorrow from 3 to 7 in the HFC parking lot, there will be, HFC parking lot number 11, which is right outside the athletic building. We're hoping to have students there that'll enjoy music, yard games, giveaways. This is from 3 to 7 p.m. Voter registration, snacks. And then the next day, which is Wednesday, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Student Center, the Student Club Fair will be going on. The Student Services Fair will have snacks, voter registration again, ice cream, which we hope will attract many students. There is also what is being described as a roving magician, so we'll see what that is like. And of course, we're going to have HFC chorus and Blue Fusion performances there. If those aren't what you're interested in, then another thing I want you to come do is come see the wonderful new carpeting in the library. And I was there just today, and I'll tell you, Dr. Nealon worked really hard on that. I don't know if Dr. Nealon, if you've been in there yet, Dr. Nealon was homesick for a couple days. It looks like a whole new library. Just the new carpeting looks fantastic. I saw students there today. The staff was warm and welcoming there, and I went all the way around the upstairs also. Vice President Diamond, where we have the reflection room, The new carpeting there looks fantastic. And students are on campus. They're enjoying it. And that investment that you all approved, trustees, for the library, I probably should have asked you for that sooner, because it really does transform the place. And there's a sandwich board out front. I don't know if you saw that, Dr. Neal. It says "Library Open Today." It's just a really nice place for you to see. Trustees.
Calhoun, I went over there, and you'll all appreciate this. I had to chug my Diet Pepsi before I entered, because I was certain that John Sitkowski would kill me if I were the first spill on that new carpet. But it was awesome, and the students are really we also took the opportunity to rethink the collection, rethink the space, and it's all about student success.
It looks great in there. You guys did fantastic work. I also want to invite any of you trustees who want to come with me. I want to show off the new area for the Detroit Promise coaches. That's in the Student Center. It is a really great student-centered area, and I mean that geographically, not intellectually, although intellectually it would work also. It's right in the Student Center. It's where we have students having the opportunity to gain the benefit of the student coaches that are there for the Detroit Promise students. It's right in line with where other student groups are, and those coaches, with the help of Vice President Best, organized that space. And I was in there just today, Vice President Best, and it was great. There was coaching going on. They've got the conference room there. It was fantastic. I also want to encourage you to stop into the Honors Hub, which is a new space that Dr. Nealon and Vice President Best put together in the K building, where the honors program is. And I know you're going to hear more about that from our guest speaker. But it's a new space where you're going to see that honors students feel, and if you just go in that place, I think you'll see that they are excited about it. It's a place where they feel comfortable and energized about their education. Now, I'll just stop because I don't want to steal our special guest's thunder on that. And then I'll just wrap up and say, these are just little vignettes about what we're doing right now as the campus starts coming back to a community, and how we're going to start focusing on student success. And I'll invite you to look at the State of the College address that took place earlier this year, or this month, and it will outline the initiatives that we're excited to begin this semester for student success initiatives. It's an exciting time at the college, and I know it may sound like I'm overselling that, but take my bet. Come be with me on this campus, and you will see what I'm talking about, because I couldn't make up how excited I am about this. Last thing I'll do is some recognitions for trustees. I have some pins from the Michigan Community College Association, and one is for Trustee Jim Thorpe for, and these are not how many years they've served, it's whether they've accomplished the first threshold, which is 5 years. So Trustee Thorpe, if you would mind sending that down. Trustee Thorpe, the Michigan Community College Association, and Henry Ford College, thank you for your service of 5 years. And then we have Trustee Barry, having accomplished 10 years of service. Thank you, Trustee Barry. And then Trustee Chair McDonald, 10 years. And those pins are yours to keep and to frame and to hang, or wear on your lapel when you come to the next Michigan Community College Association event, or in November, when we are proudly going to be hosting the new president of the Michigan Community College Association, Brandy Johnson. She's coming to visit you all, and I'm sure she will take pictures with us, and it'd be awesome for you to show off your commemorative pins at that time. And she'll be giving you some updates about where the Michigan Community College Association is headed. Last thing I'll say on notices and congratulations for trustees is my birthday is not the only birthday that we have to celebrate. In fact, because I have been eating so many sweets over the last couple days, I may give this to Trustee Watts because it was her birthday 3 days ago.
27 all over again.
He's even younger. He's younger than you, yeah.
See, at Henry Ford College, the job is so fun, you reduce your age every year. But that's not it. Trustee Watts celebrated her birthday 3 days later because today, Governor Whitmer appointed her to the Early Childhood Investment Corporation Executive Committee.
Congratulations.
And she is one of, I think we've had 3 people appointed by this governor from Henry Ford College. And with the service for the MCCA, the birthday, and the gubernatorial appointment, that's the best I can end with, and I am now done.
Thank you. And congratulations, Trustee Watts.
Thank you.
That's great. Next item, please.
Recognition and acknowledgements.
Thank you, President Kavluna, Chair McDonald, and members of the board. My name is Anam Mustafa. I graduated high school from Star International Academy in 2021, ranked 6th in my ambitious class. My journey at HFC began as a dual enrollment student in high school. I had not previously planned on attending HFC after graduating. When I became a senior, the decision of where to go to college was very difficult for me. I realized staying close to home and choosing the most affordable college would be the best choice for me. I came across the honors program and reached out to Dr. Hazlett, where he gave me just what I needed to commit to HFC, my acceptance in the honors program. I'm currently a full-time political science student in my 3rd semester. In my 1st semester here, I took a Honors Detroit Colloquium course with Dr. Peter Kim, where he and the honors program provided me with endless opportunities to be involved in our community and help me grow as a person. I had the privilege of being a Mellon Scholar in the University of Michigan's Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program, UROP, where I've gotten to work alongside my longtime mentor and now friend, Dr. Yarden Katz, on discovering what bioweapons are, what they're used for by who, and then comparing that to how it is being presented in the U.S. media. At the end of the fellowship, I presented my research during the UROP Symposium 2022 at the University of Michigan, and it was such an unforgettable experience. Over the summer, I had the opportunity to be a fellow in the University of Michigan's Engelhardt Social Justice Fellowship, where I actively engaged in weekly workshops on diversity, equity, and inclusion topics. The fellowship gave me the great pleasure of being a summer intern at the Wayne County Dispute Resolution Center here in Dearborn, where I learned about mediation and specifically worked on the intake process for landlord-tenant cases. Towards the end of the fellowship, I curated and presented my memorable experiences as a summer intern in an online symposium. Thanks to the WCDRC's amazing interim director, Sue, during my time as an intern, I've actually had the opportunity to take the Oakland Mediation Center's Civil General Mediation training, and I'm almost certified as a mediator. I've spared no effort in being engaged at Henry Ford College. While being a part of the honors program, I am also the Community Service Officer of the Muslim Student Association, MSA, and the online editor of the Mirror News publication. I volunteered to make fleece blankets on MLK Day of Service this past January, and packing meals for the Kids Coalition Against Hunger over the summer, both held at U of M Dearborn campus. I am currently taking an honors-directed study course with Dr. Kim, where we're researching the school-to-prison pipeline with regard to at-risk youth, specifically children of color in Detroit. The study examines zero-tolerance policies in under-resourced K-12 schools and the lack of mental health resources as contributing factors that threaten generations of children for a future of incarceration. I look forward to presenting our findings in the Honors Symposium this semester in the Honors Hub. This is actually my last semester here at HFC, and I'm preparing to transfer to university in the upcoming winter 2023 semester. I've met such amazing people here, faculty, students, professors. HFC has been my start to an amazing journey, and has given me the experiences that I need to help me grow and learn and just become a better person overall. I'm so thankful to have been here as a student and could have never imagined how great my journey here would be just a year and a half ago. Now I'm pleased to read this month's HFC Board Acknowledgments. For the 5th year in a row, HFC has been named a gold-level veteran-friendly school by the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. Congratulations to Gail Block, Lori James, and Bob James for all their hard work. Congratulations to Student Conduct and Compliance Manager Glenn Richards. Glenn has been named HFC Deputy's Title IX Coordinator. Congratulations to Dr. Nicholas Barron, full-time math faculty member. Dr. Barron has been selected as a American Mathematics Association of 2-year colleges project advancing community college careers, education, scholarship, and service fellow. This national project provides 2 years of professional development to support new community college math faculty with a culminating project in their area of interest. Congratulations to Carol Castle, Faculty of Chair of Education and Human Services, on her faculty lectureship presentations. One being Reflections on Early Childhood, on Early Teacher Education, Online Clinical Experiences, paper presented to Adiba's Ababa University, Ohio State University, conference online in April 2022. The second being Pre-Service Teacher Reflections on Collaborate Field Experiences, paper presented at the annual conference of the American Council Rural Special Education, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in March 2022. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be this month's reader, and happy birthday, Mr. President. Do you have any questions I can answer?
I have a question.
Trustee Mosen?
Well, it's great to hear from you, and thank you for volunteering to do this. I sense the answer from you, but are you planning to go into law?
Yes, I hope so. Political
Best
science,
wishes.
I'm more directed towards the law route than I am the political route. So, yes, hopefully.
Best wishes.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Well, I think my question was the same as Trustee Mosa, but you had said that you're going to be going to university in 2023. Have you decided
Yes.
where, or do you have a couple that you are waiting to hear from?
So I am in the process of applying to college. I've applied to 4 so far. I just have University of Michigan Ann Arbor left, and I am still waiting to hear from them. So hopefully that would be my top choice.
That's what I was thinking
Yes.
as well, based on how much work and time you spent there on campus. So
Yes.
it sounds like a natural fit for you. Well,
Oh, thank you.
best wishes.
Thank you so much.
Have you, Madam Chair, may I?
Yes, please.
Ms. Mustafa, have you enjoyed the Honors Hub yet?
Oh, yes. I was just there this morning. Ever since it opened up, all of the honor students, we've loved it there. Such a great place for us to be and communicate with each other and feel so motivated to be on campus. Especially now that a lot of students are back on campus, it's starting to feel like, we're all starting to get together and enjoy this experience as students together. So we love the Honors Hub.
Good, good. Did you go to where the Honors Program was before the Honors Hub? You ever see it? It wasn't very memorable.
No.
It was nothing like what you are enjoying now. So I'm so glad to hear that
Yes.
it's useful. Did you hear about First Fridays?
Yes, I have.
All right. So are we going to see you for the walk, maybe?
Maybe.
All right. You'll be working on the
I'll
honors
be
project.
working on my application, yes.
Congratulations. It's a real joy to see you here and
Thank you.
to have your success be at our college, because your success would be almost anywhere, but that it's here, it gives us pride.
Thank you so much. It means a lot, Mr. President.
Absolutely. Anyone else? Thank you very much, Ms. Mustafa.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
And you are not, you're not required to stay, and we thank you very much for your presentation. So if you have other things you'd rather be doing, you're more than welcome to go do them. Next item, please.
Action items, citizen participation. Citizens wishing to address the board on agenda and non-agenda items for action and have submitted a blue card by 7:10 p.m. to the secretary may speak at this time. The board may not be in a position to respond to non-agenda items, therefore speakers should not anticipate an immediate response to their comments or questions. For the benefit of all concerned, Do not mention the names of students or college employees, and please limit comments to 3 minutes. We do not have any blue cards.
Okay. Next item, please.
Next item, action items. Let's see. Are there any action items on this agenda which board members or the president wish to discuss and vote on separately? If there are, we will exclude those from the actions below.
Nope.
Okay.
Go ahead and make the motion.
Recommended action, move to approve action items numbered 1 through 4 as recommended in this agenda.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, we have the motion by trustee Thorpe and supported by trustee Moses, I believe.
No, trustee Barry was.
Oh, I'm sorry, trustee Barry.
All right, roll call.
Yes, please.
Trustee Barry?
Yes.
Trustee D'Ambrosio?
Yes.
Trustee Moses?
Yes.
Trustee Petrikov?
Yes.
Trustee Thorpe?
Yes.
Trustee Watts, yes. Chair McDonald?
Yes.
Next is Board of Trustees business. Acknowledgments of correspondence.
Anyone? I know we did receive some invitations, and there were a few things in our packets. And the picnic is tomorrow, so that was just the general information that we've received. We've got something from the local area Chamber of Commerce and also from some COG.
And I believe it was the same thing that we had shared with us at the P12 meeting from the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes. Next item.
Board committee reports.
Trustee Barry?
Yes, the President's evaluation committee met earlier, and we're still working on, we'll be pretty much with the appraisal that we've been using, but we're going to be heavy on the strategic plan. The committee okayed myself talking to a few people on the cabinet to provide some more information before we set up the next meeting. I'll let you know when that is, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, President Barry, or Chair Barry. Anyone else?
The policy meeting, the subcommittee met today at 6 p.m. We were given 9 policies that we were reviewing, and they range, check your emails. We'll have a concise recap in there along with the policies in full detail. That'll explain some of the changes, but some of them go over an update for the criminal history check, budget management. Some verbiage has been changed to the personnel file. So there's going to be 9 policies, so just keep an eye out for your emails with those updates.
Okay, anyone else? That was all? Okay, next item, please.
Requests for information and/or future agenda items.
Trustee Petrikov.
Yeah, Chair McDonald and Board, Chair McDonald and I had signed up for a MASB class that was supposed to have occurred last week called Board Operating Procedures. And we had signed up for it because at the team building retreat that we had, we ran out of time to have some conversation about our board bylaws. And how we should work together to maybe develop guidelines for the way we operate that would help this board and future boards understand what our roles are and how we should effectively manage all of our bylaws that we operate under. The class was canceled, and I was wondering if we could ask, and I don't want to burden the policy committee anymore, but I think that, and I've already identified, and any other board member could email the policy committee with their suggestions as well. Some of the bylaws that we have, and they're pretty standard in our bylaws between the P12 and the college. We mirror each other, so they would reflect a similar change if we were to develop operating procedures. They're not going to change the bylaws, they're not going to change the policies. It's just how we would conduct our business, give us a framework or a roadmap, especially for new board members or future board members, because a lot of what we do right now is just our understanding of how to operate, but it's not written. And a lot of other boards do have something written down generically. So I was wondering if we could ask the policy committee to have an opportunity to look at several of our bylaws, and they're the ethics, the I've got most of them written down of how we go about doing our business as a board with those opportunities to put it in writing.
I'm not opposed to it. I was looking forward to the class too, and when it was canceled, I was a little upset that we wouldn't be able to take in that information.
I looked on their site to see if the class would come up again, and it's not. Looks like it's not being offered online at all. So I don't know when they're going to have it again.
Trustee Watts, are you chair of the policy committee?
Yes.
Do you see any issues with taking on that mantle?
No, we can add that to,
Okay.
I guess, the agenda.
Trustee Thorpe?
Does this get back to the idea of writing down all the unwritten rules?
Yes, that's what the board operating
Thank you. Okay.
procedures about. Yes. Because
Trustee-
we're going to lose our historical perspective over time as those of us who've been on the board a long time move on. I know I will be moving on at the end of my term, most likely. So we do a lot of things just because there are those of us who understand what's been happening before, but it really should be written.
And it had been
If
talked
at
about
all
last
possible.
year, we just didn't get to it.
Right, we've talked about this before. And it includes things like the bylaw for orientation, for how there's all kinds of bylaws that we could maybe, and it might not result in everything being written, and guidelines are different than board policies, which is what that class was going to instruct us. What was the difference between how you operate versus what's in your actual policy. Policy should be generic and fairly broad. The guidelines are to help define how we all understand how we are supposed to function as a board.
Trustee Barrett?
Do you know if they're offering that class anytime soon?
I looked, I didn't see it being offered yet.
Okay, follow-up question is that you keep saying, keep hearing you say bylaws changes. Is this, what would the bylaws have to do with our guidelines?
The bylaws is how we function as a board.
Yeah,
There
but what
are-
I'm hearing you say is that there, I don't want to use an example, there was something, why do we do this way? This is the way we've always done it. What would that, how would that fall under the bylaws?
Well, here I'll give you some examples.
Okay.
Here's a board in Colorado, and they have operational norms for school board members. So they write down what their expectations is for board members at a board meeting. We will stay on topic, we will be prepared, we will abide by. They're just general, just like we have administrative guidelines for our board policies to kind of flesh out what you should do to enact that particular policy. This would be a
Oh, I see.
guideline
Okay, I get it.
as to how we would, if it was appropriate, how we would then engage for board orientation. Then we would have kind of guidelines as to how, and so they would take each bylaw
I
and
see the
which
connection
ones
now.
could.
I think it's a great idea. I'm just trying to see the connection
Right.
between guidelines and what you're saying
Yeah.
with the bylaws. So, and you mentioned doing public schools. So I think there are some things that
No, the
Probably
college too, yeah. it
yeah,
would be
there's some
both.
things that are relevant to do in public schools wouldn't be relevant to the college. So probably.
But
separate.
the bylaws are basically mirrors of each other.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll discuss that further. No,
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Thank you.
Trustee Thorpe?
This sounds like one of the classes I had taken through MASB maybe 3 years ago. And it gets back to using the example you said. The policy could just say that all board members go through an orientation, but the procedure will say
Right.
it'll be done within the first 60 days of
And we
taking your
will
oath
use
and things
these-
like that. And this is how we're going to do
Right.
it.
And give our ideas to trustee.
Yeah,
Watts.
I'll give them, I printed them out so that it would help.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, if I can get a copy of what that class
No, oh, yeah, that's in here too.
would have been,
Yeah.
then I think that gives us a good framework,
That'd
right?
be good help,
Yeah.
Yeah. We might even get lucky and they might offer it at some point.
I'm keeping an eye out because I was very interested.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, trustee Petchikoff. Anyone else? Next item,
Board member commentary.
trustee Watts.
I was just going to piggyback off of what President Cavaluna had said about First Fridays. It was being on campus and seeing students. Very often I will run through campus, and I have for years, and it was during COVID when students were not necessarily on campus. So to be able to run on campus and see the students and to be able to engage with them and to hear their stories of what brought them to HFC was very invigorating. And so I do say that it was a great event, and I will be partaking in more going forward, but it was just a refresher of what normalcy, what the new normal looks like. So it was just a great experience. So thank you for hosting that and putting that on.
Anyone else? Trustee Barry.
I didn't want to steal anybody's thunder earlier, but I'm glad this meeting's ending early. I can take my wife out for our anniversary.
Oh, congratulations. And I just want to remind everyone about the cookout tomorrow. And it starts at noon. So hopefully everyone will come there and.
And
Where is it?
library is what I put in my calendar.
That's good. We'll see you at the library.
We'll float a hot dog your way.
Right outside the student center. I'm sorry.
Outside the student center.
See what happens when you wear a green apron?
I'll follow the smell.
Trustee Thorpe, my colleague, Ms. Demetriou, is having trouble hiding her fear about me cooking, which is a valid fear.
Well, I don't remember you cooking too much last year. So.
Well, we haven't done this in 3 years,
Yeah.
but
So you
there
could
are.
use that excuse.
What's that?
You could use that excuse. You haven't done it for a while.
Yeah. that's
But
what
my
I'm
waistline
saying.
hides the fact that I haven't.
Do we have like salad tongs for you to dish out salad?
So he gets to handle the opening up the buns.
There you go. Anyone else? I think that's it. Next item.
Future meeting dates, Monday, October 10th, 2022, P12 Board of Education meeting, 7 p.m. at the Administrative Service Center in the Frank Franchi Boardroom. Monday, October 17th, 2022, HFC Board of Trustees Policy Meeting, 6 p.m. at the Administrative Service and Conference Center in the Cabinet Conference Room. And Monday, October 17th, 2022, HFC Board of Trustees meeting, 7 p.m. at the Administrative Services and Conference Center in the Rosenau Boardroom.
And we are adjourned.